Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson. In this crypto report, we'll be talking about Grayscale. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to your favorite channel on YouTube, Darnell Jackson Crypto. Shout out to all the subscribers. Let's jump over to the agenda. We are talking about Grayscale. They have selected the Bank of New York Mellon to convert their Bitcoin Trust into an ETF. This is the groundbreaking news that has hit the crypto universe. Let's jump over to the headlines. Right now, this was reported by the Daily Hodl. Grayscale teams up with banking giant Bank of New York Mellon in bid for Bitcoin ETF. Crypto investment giant Grayscale is teaming up with Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. And so let's check out more on this story. Bank of New York Mellon will also provide additional services. So they have a quote here, and it says, through this agreement, BNY Mellon will provide Grayscale Bitcoin Trust with fund, accounting, and administration effective October 1st, 2021. Additionally, it is anticipated that Bank of New York Mellon will provide transfer agency and ETF services for the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust upon its conversion to an ETF. Now, this is big news, and they're talking about the CEO of Grayscale, Michael Sonnersheim. He says that contracting BNY Mellon as a service provider is an important milestone. Okay, now let's look at some more feedback from this. The official announcement from Grayscale, and they're talking about this. This is big news that was announced on the 13th, and it's important that it is emphasized that Grayscale selected Bank of New York Mellon in order to provide this service. And they also considered this to be an important milestone. And it says that Bank of New York Mellon has a long-standing reputation as a trusted provider and has established one of the first teams dedicated to servicing the growing digital currency asset class. We are pleased that BNY Mellon will join a group of Grayscale's best-in-class service providers, helping us deliver a seamless industry-leading investment experience. Okay, now you're probably wondering what an ETF is. Okay, you may be curious as to, okay, what is an ETF? Why is Grayscale Trust wanting to switch to an ETF? Let's jump over to Grayscale's explanation of what an ETF is. I'm sorry, this is actually from Bank of New York Mellon, and this is their ETFs, what you need to know. And exchange traded funds, we've all heard of them, but what exactly are they, and why have they become so popular? ETF assets under management are growing fast. Let's take a look at what they are and what is fueling that fantastic growth. Exchange traded funds are exactly what the name implies. They are funds that trade on exchanges. Just like any other fund, they hold a portfolio of securities, usually securities replicating an investment strategy, and they issue shares to investors on a regular basis through an open-ended subscription process. Unlike mutual funds, however, those shares are listed on stock exchanges which means they can be bought and sold throughout the day rather than just at the end of each trading day. That allows investors to react more quickly to market changes. And because they are listed securities, ETFs give investors more options than mutual funds, such as the ability to short, buy on margin, or in many cases, trade options on the ETF. Okay, so that may give you some insight as into why this is so important of a deal. This is going to allow Wall Street guys to put options on these ETFs. ETFs have both a primary market where shares are created in bulk and issued to a primary investor known as an authorized participant, and a secondary market where investors can buy and sell those shares on a stock exchange in any quantity. This combines the open-ended issuance of shares by a mutual fund with the tradability of a stock in the secondary market. Just like any other stock on the exchange, the role of the market maker is crucial. So this is some really interesting information about what an ETF is from the leader, or one of the leaders in ETF service, Bank of New York Mellon. The ETF structure carries 4 significant improvements over more traditional investment vehicles. 1, it is more transparent because investors can easily access the portfolio holding and market price throughout the trading day. So it's more transparent, as they're saying. Number 2, ETFs can often provide lower total cost of ownership. On average, ETFs are offered at a lower total expense ratio than traditional funds. ETFs typically do not pay distribution fees, often called 12B-1 fees, and other retail transfer agency fees. For more thinly traded ETFs, it is important to factor secondary market bid-ask spreads, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the third benefit is ETFs offer portfolio diversity and portfolio risk management. Investors use ETFs to quickly gain portfolio exposure to specific sectors, styles, industries, or countries. ETFs are now traded on virtually every major asset class, commodity, and currency in the world. So they offer diversity in terms of where you're exposed to your risk. The fourth, and this is the fourth improvement over traditional investment vehicles. This is the fourth reason why people like ETFs. ETFs are genuinely more tax efficient than mutual funds. Due to structural differences, mutual funds typically incur more capital gains taxes than ETFs. ETFs leverage the creation and redemption process as a way to manage tax in the event the fund needs to sell securities to raise cash. Okay, so there is your explanation from the Bank of New York Mellon as to why an ETF is important. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to jump over to the Grayscale Trust holdings so we can get an idea of what it is exactly they'll be considering as securities. Of course, we know cryptocurrencies are not securities, right? So they'll take a trust full of cryptos and sell them on the market to investors. So this is very interesting. Here are the coins that Grayscale currently has, according to this site, bybt.com, and it seems to be pretty accurate. I just double checked it. So they have Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, and these are their holdings. so you can get an idea of what will be in that ETF. You can get more information on their products from their website, grayscale.com/products, and here they detail all of their different trusts and how well they're doing. You can see the BAT trust is not doing so well, and so you can just get right now they have not. So let's see. Hold on, let's go back. You can see the return for BAT was not near the TOP. So 1 month is down 25%, 3 months is down 65%. That's for BAT. Here's their Bitcoin Trust. 1 month is down 20%. 3 months is down 49%. Trailing 12 months is up 240%. Bitcoin Cash. So you can get a list, you can get a view of where they are at grayscale.com/products. So I wanted you to take a look at what's in their holdings. Now, how well is their trust doing itself being traded? Here's a look at that Grayscale Bitcoin Trust on Yahoo Finance. And right now it's at $25.52. And it is down today 5%. And let's see how it's been doing over the other time periods. If we go to Grayscale stock, let's see what we get. Just want to check how well they've been doing. So in 1 day they're down about 5%. 5 days down about 7%. 1 month down 20%. 6 months down 30%. Let's see where they are year to date. They're down 27%. So Grayscale has not been having a great year. No. And you have to ask yourself, do you think their results so far with the crash of Bitcoin, do you think that is making them move into their ETF faster than they normally would, as reported here? That would be for you to decide. Thank you for checking out the report. I want to thank you, every one of you, for liking the video. If you did not like the video, share the video with somebody who will. Until the next time, peace.